and the center heads, principals, and of course the chairpeople and the chief guest technologists left, and lot of scholars in the field of education who were invited this morning. I was very impressed with Dr. Vijay Ravi's talk, and I think every one of us in this room were enlightened by the talk of Dr. Ravi. So thank you very much to have briefed us about the school governance and leadership. And as you all know, today's topic for ECC, that is Early Childhood Education, is right age and right intervention. So I'm just a moderator, and I was supposed to say good morning, and I'm saying good afternoon because we are just keeping the Indian Standard Time in mind and doing that. And I will be told to summarize and make it a little shorter. So probably I'll just give you the overview of what is early childhood education is all about, and why we talk about right age and right intervention. But before I just give you the overview, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen who are present in this room, that we have experts in our panel today who is going to be interacting with you and taking your questions too as we go ahead with the panel discussion. We have Mrs. Aditi Jain. Can you put your hands together, Mrs. Aditi Jain? She's participating with Mrs. Aditi Jain. And she can't say up in school probably. I will give you an opportunity and probably read her biography later when she just answered as a presentation. A warm welcome to you on the panel this time. As you all know, this early childhood education, it's something not very new to any one of us who run K-12 sectors, right? So we call it the preschools as such. That's the informal schooling. The early years of life, it lays the early. And what is early as far as we are all concerned? We're all running K-12 sectors, and for us, early is 3 years old. 3 years old is what we take in nursery classes. But according to neurologists, they say 90% of the brain develops between 0 to 3 years. Then where do these 0 to 3 years children go? Because bigger schools take them at nursery level. And that's where the preschools and the informal schooling, which we call the EC centers, do the good jobs. And they play a major role in forming the brain of the children. It's not that the brain doesn't develop because they don't go to school, but it develops in the right fashion and right manner because they expose to the kind of activities and experiences what they have to go undergo. Early brain development, as you see, determines continued development. What is this continued development? That is in the primary and the high school. So whatever the foundation for the giving at EC centers, it continues. It has to be a lifelong, a kind of a learning which has to happen. So we all are familiar with this quote, right? Benjamin Franklin says, "Show me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn." So that's what practically we do at EC centers. That is early education centers, or we call it early education development centers. And ECE basically is divided into ECC, that is early childhood care, that is 0 to 2 years, and ECE, that is from about 2 to 6 years. Basically, we talk about 0 to 6 years before the start of primary education. So, what do they do in this early childhood care? Is what they'll be I'm briefly talking. They'll be talking more about it. Probably you can ask questions on it. But the ECC, the child generally has a normal schedule. I've just made a PPT. You can read it. They just prep, they put asleep, they follow a normal schedule. But when they are ready to enter into a toddler schedule, they enter into a toddler program when they are in toddler age. So this particular schedule in ECC is called as the infant stage or the infant schedule. And from the infancy, they enter into a toddler program. So the ECE, that is the early childhood education, it starts at 1.9. But specifically, nobody knows exactly at what age it should start. Because many of the children are registered at 2 years, and many of the preschool center heads are sitting here. You start at 2.2, 2.4, it goes on like that. There is no specific age restrictions, but actually it should start at 1.9. It's easy because the child knows how to walk and little bit of practical talk he does. And he can be able to manage to cohabit, that's what we call it. Children from birth to the age 3, they need to have this kind of experiences. Why? Because the kind of the love, the warmth, and the positive learning experiences what they have in EC centers put them in the right track. As I said, they become the lifelong learners. The neuroscientists say that if the children are exposed to education at a very early age, what happens? You don't have much of dropouts, they're less aggressive, and they're not violent. So it's very important for the children to start at that particular age. What is the need for the early childhood curriculum? Or what is the need for early childhood education? When did it emerge? Yeah, as I told you, it didn't start recently. The word is being coined and we are very hyped about the word ECE. But it started way back when they want to send the children to an informal school. There was a kind of a demand for a very enriching preschool education. And this middle class people could not afford those public schools. So they want to send them to a daycare centers or probably caretakers who could take care of the children very well. And that's how the ECTs emerged. And now we have plenty of EC centers all over India. Children who do not receive guidance, according to UNICEF, you can see the quote which I quoted here, that children who do not receive a preschool education between 0 to 3, you can see the picture. The children are misbehaved, they are more aggressive, and they do not formally follow a kind of pattern. And as they don't follow a pattern, they are actually having more chances of becoming anxious and impulsive. And that's where the ECD plays a major role. What are the benefits of the ECD interventions? This is very important to note, my dear friends, because we see the intelligence scores of the children in the higher classes is very high. It's a timelier school enrollment. They don't have the dropouts, less grade repetitions, then higher school completion rates, then improved nutrition. This is a very important point, the improved nutrition and health status. Even today we see a lot of Anganwadis, which is mushroomed up in Karnataka. I think a lot of Anganwadis, even government has created a lot of Anganwadis all over. So they are very particular about the mid-morning, the scheme of the lunch and the snacks and stuff like this, just to attract the children to come into the ECD programs. So improved nutrition and health status, improved social and emotional behavior. We talk about the 5 areas actually. We talk about the emotional, the social, the intellectual, the cognitive, and the physical. So this is social emotional is very important because they know how to mix with the peer group. Then improved parent-child relationship. And moreover, you must know that all the ECD centers are managed by women, right? Do you agree? You all are women here and you all are being running, educational institutions. You can't find so many men. So actually increase female labor force participation. So what is the outcome of starting early? I'm coming back to the same point again. What is the outcome of starting early? The 5 areas I just talked about, the physical, the emotional, the social, the intellectual, and the cognitive. These experiences anyway the children are having at the ECE programs. Between 2 to 3, but till the 6 years till they go to a formal school. What are the various outcomes? I've just listed out on the right, you can see there. Increase children's cognitive skills. It means you're making them develop the self-esteem, which is very important. Because when they go to a bigger school without having an ECE, you know what? Adjustability and adaptability becomes very difficult. And that is the reason that ECE is very important, that the preschools and childhood centers are important. It improves their social behavior. And that actually is what I talk about cohibition. They should know how to mix with the peer group, how to mix with people, because they never mix with anybody in the house. And that language which develops in the ECE, that language, it develops and makes them empowered. They become self-empowerment. This self-empowerment, self-esteem actually is the one which prepares them for success. And that is what we say that they will also learn to pay attention in the class. So those are the outcomes. I'm coming up to the early intervention, which is very crucial. We talk about the intervention, in education field, talk about the intervention as such, about the developmental delays. We talk about the learning milestones in the ECE, and these learning milestones are plenty which they have in the presentations. I'm just running through a few learning milestones which is very important. With the gross motor, with the fine motor, with the cognitive, you can read it, moving, using hands, pencil grip, tripod grip. All these things are very important at certain ages that children should develop. When
even 15% delay in any of these milestones, it's an alarming factor. It's a risk factor. And that is why the interventions are necessary at that particular age. Then you have to say that, okay, if they have this problem, then where is the remedy and the cure? It's easy to give the remedy and the cure once you identify the problems. So when we say that private sector is doing so much, all of you are running private schools, even the public sector, the government has taken a step. When we talk about the National Early Childhood Care and Education Policy, it means that even the government has reaffirmed the commitment and said we are now looking at the holistic development of a child. You heard about the Right to Education Act. In the Right to Education Act, if you see, they're talking about every child getting educated. So it lays down a way forward for a comprehensive approach, ensuring a sound foundation which focuses on the early program for every Indian child. So I conclude again. Before I conclude, I will just read the profile of Ms. Aditi Jain, who did the presentation. Let's run through what we just talked about. We said 0 to 6 years is a formative year, and ECE is actually giving you all the appropriate developmental milestones it's introducing to children. And if the child starts in an ECC center, early intervention by the experts and the stalwarts like you, they will definitely put the child on the right track and give a remedy and a cure for the child. So that's what